Good morning, students. Today we will continue the chapter what we have started yesterday, that is entrepreneurial skill, where we have seen that who is an entrepreneur, then what is entrepreneurship, then what is an enterprise. So all these things we have seen yesterday. So today we will see relationship between entrepreneurship and society. What is the relationship between these two? Okay, so that we will see today. So let's start. Relationship between entrepreneurship and society. Because now we know what is entrepreneurship, so now we can understand that what is the impact on the society. What is the impact of entrepreneurship on society? So a society means what? It can be defined as an aggregation or collection of people living together in the company of each other, right? Or in a group, that is society. So people in a society usually share a common economic, social and industrial setup, right? So the basic data behind entrepreneurship is to identify the deficit between the goods or services available in the actual needs of the society. So an enterprise can grow and earn profit only when it successfully fulfills the needs of the society, right? Because when any enterprise can grow and earn profit when it successfully fulfills the needs of the society. If the enterprise fulfills the society needs, requirement, demands of the society, then only that enterprise can grow. They can earn profit, or you can say the society nurtures an enterprise, right? So the outcome of entrepreneurship greatly affects the economic, social and industrial development of the society and eventually of the country. So society and entrepreneurship share a direct relationship and cannot exist without each other. Both are component of each other, right? Entrepreneurship and society. So the direct effects of entrepreneurship on the society is what? First is entrepreneurship provides people with improved goods or services at an affordable price. Okay, so because the aim of entrepreneurship is what? That is to benefit the society by providing innovative solution in terms of goods or services with new features, the items with new features, with innovative ideas. Okay, so these are the main target of entrepreneurship. So when an entrepreneur enters a market, usually the products or services are provided at affordable rates for people to move from existing product or services to newly introduced ones. So the society not only get more choices but also gets better product at affordable prices. Okay, so when the people will get any product with new features, with modern amenities within affordable price, then what will happen? The society will take more goods, that improved goods. So in this way entrepreneurship provides people with improved goods or services at an affordable price. Okay, next point, entrepreneurship causes economic growth of the society. How? It leads to wealth creation both for the entrepreneur and for the area where entrepreneurship fosters growth significantly, right? So wealth is also created on a national scale for the government in the form of taxes, and this money is redistributed in the form of welfare and benefits scheme to the sections of the society that require in the most. So in this way entrepreneurship causes economic growth of the society. Is it clear? So the economy of the local area where entrepreneurship fosters, where grows significantly, their wealth is created on a national scale for the government in the form of taxes. Next is entrepreneurship nurtures creativity. That means what? That is the needs of the requirement of the society, encourage the creativity, encourage the motivation, encourage the entrepreneurs to create new things, to innovate the new ideas. Okay, so it encourage creativity in entrepreneurship. An entrepreneur always needs to think of creative ways to improve existing technologies, which eventually lead to the production of affordable and upgraded products for people. Okay, next point is entrepreneurship promotes healthy competition. Healthy competition means what? Healthy competition means when an entrepreneur enters the market with innovative products or services, they create a benchmark for further competitive growth. Suppose one good entrepreneur creates one goods or brings one product, one goods, one item with modern facilities, modern amenities, you can say modern amenities entrepreneur brings in the market. Okay, then what will happen? Next entrepreneur, what will they the next entrepreneur will do? He will create again more innovative, with more innovative ideas, with more creativity. One new product he or she will produce. Okay, so this type of competition is healthy competition, right? Clear? So this encourages budding entrepreneurs to come up with even better ideas, eventually benefiting the society. Thus entrepreneurship eliminates monopoly. Monopoly means what? Like when an existing business faces minimal or no competition, then what will happen? That will be monopoly, resulting in the decay of innovation and limiting the choice of goods, isn't it? When suppose one product comes in market and the person takes that product, but after that no product, entrepreneur will not bring any other product, any new product with modern facilities, modern amenities, then what will happen? The people have no choice, they have to take only that product only the people have to take. So that is monopoly, they have no choice, they have to take that product. Okay, so that is called monopoly. Next is entrepreneurship leads to job creation. Job creation means with the growth of a business, entrepreneurs look for more people to help them, so they buy more material and from more people, so they also hire more people to work for them. So in this way more people have jobs, sharing of wealth. Wealth means what? Having enough money to live a comfortable life. So as entrepreneurs grow their business, the people also will get the job, more jobs. So in this way entrepreneurship leads to job creation. It is never a one-man show. Okay, so the process of setting up an enterprise involves recruiting substantial workforce. As the enterprise grows, several direct and indirect job opportunities are created in various domains. It leads to a greater number of people in the society earning and leading a quality life. Okay, so these are some benefits of nurturing entrepreneurship in the society. Similarly, society equally benefits from the process of entrepreneurship. Like, society provides the market for product or services. How the entire foundation of entrepreneurship can collapse if there is no market to purchase the innovative products or services developed by an entrepreneur, right? So society provides the market for products. Second one is, society provides raw materials. So an enterprise that manufactures products or goods largely depend on raw materials, isn't it? So because when to manufacture, to make that products, they have to buy that raw materials. So the society provides this raw materials to the enterprise. Number 3, society provides financial support. Okay, so at times budding entrepreneurs might have a great idea. At times budding entrepreneurs might have a great idea but don't have sufficient capital. Suppose the person wants to make a product with innovative idea, with new ideas, with creativity, with modern amenities, but he has not a sufficient capital to implement that idea on the on that product, on making that product, or you can say full-fledged business venture. In that case, what will happen? These investors can be either venture capitalists or angel investors who support such startup ideas for a certain percentage in the business. So there are also private and or public sector banks that provides loans to start a business. Okay, so banks would charge an interest on the money lent to an entrepreneur. So in this way, society provides financial support to the entrepreneur. Next one is, society provides mentorship or education. An enterprise cannot kick start on the basis of only one innovative idea. Several processes are involved here to set up an enterprise, which demands the knowledge of several domains. Various sections of the society can provide the necessary education or mentorship for a successful onset of the entrepreneurship process. Clear? So society provides mentorship or education. Next one is, society facilitates networking. Most enterprise cannot function as a stand-alone business. Several businesses are interdependent and function with each other's support. Okay, many things are depend on that. So they are depend without support, without each other's support, they cannot grow. So the society provides this necessary networking to find the right kind of business partners needed by a particular enterprise. So these are some benefits which society provides. Okay, so today we have seen only this relationship between this entrepreneurship and society. Next day you read this chapter thoroughly and see the questions also, checkpoint in your books. And I have told you previously also that Sumita Arora Information Technology 402 code book, as a reference you can see that book. That book is very good. So you can see there are many questions are there also. So you see those questions, and from here true false and answer in brief, these questions you do it and try to do yourself. Okay, so that's all for today. Next day we will see again. Thank you.